Hi there guys, it's AB de Villiers here. I'm here to break down the best shots of Betway SA20 Season 3. Stay tuned. First up is the legendary Englishman Joe Root, who played a phenomenal shot at Newlands in the derby between Paul Royals and my Cape Town. It was so good to have this guy in the Betway SA20 Season 3. He is a great off the game and his record speaks for itself. The basics of his cricket and his fundamentals are 10 out of 10, but he has developed his game and really grown into a modern day player with little shots like laps and reverse laps. In this instance at Newlands, he played the reverse scoop. First up, he changes his stance completely, so he faces the bowler front on. He gets nice and low, and then the grip, it just rotates. It's not a reverse hit like this. His right hand is still the bottom hand of the bat, and he rotates the grip completely so that the blade is facing upwards. Once he gets there, he wants to get his head in line with the ball, the line of the ball. He wants to pick up his length and keep the bat as low as possible. The minute the ball bounces, that is where he starts moving a little bit to the leg side of the ball, and he helps it along and uses the momentum of the ball to clear the boundary over the slip cordon. If you're trying this at home, take a tennis ball, get someone to throw it to you, turn the blade upside down so that the blade is pointing to the sky, and all you do is flick it over. That is the most important movement of the shot, because ultimately you're using the momentum of the ball coming towards you. If it is a slower ball in cricket, you'll have to hit it even harder. If it's a fast ball, pace on, all you need is that little flick of the wrist. So practice that with a tennis ball at home, and it might just work out for you in the game time. What a phenomenal shot by Joe Root. It took my breath away, and I'm sure you guys enjoyed it too. Next up is Rassie van der Dussen, the South African experienced, consistent performer.
14's over. Oh, that's off the face and it's down to third. And that's gone for 6. My goodness, he was shaping to wrap that leg side. Changed his mind because the angle, 6 runs, outstanding.
Rassie has also developed his game into a modern day game with all kinds of little trick shots that he displayed at Boland Park with a fantastic shot over the slip cordon as well. Also reverse scoop, but the difference in this one is he lined up for the normal lap shot over fine leg. He changed his thought because of the line of the ball and ended up hitting it for 6 over short third man. Incredible shot. So how did he do it? So Rassie was lining up for the conventional lap shot when he realized the line of the ball was a little bit too far outside off. On the last minute, he changed the angle of attack, so he's blade a little bit, not over fine leg, but over third man. You see the difference? And then, because the ball was a little bit fuller and sort of different to the Joe Root shot, where Joe Root's shot was a little bit shorter, the ball lost a lot of momentum, Joe had to really help it along. Rassie's ball was a lot fuller, it still had a lot of momentum and pace on it. All he needed to do is keep his blade there, have a tiny little flick of it, and he didn't really have to overheat it, but use the momentum of the ball rather. And that was an incredible shot from Rassie van der Dussen at Boland Park in the my Cape Town Paul Royals derby. Next up is the classy Leus du Plooy. He plays for Joburg Super Kings, and I absolutely love watching this guy play. It's all elegance. He is a left-hander. I know they look more elegant naturally, but this was a fantastic shot.
And the indoor facilities here are quite similar. If we get a good cricket, especially on the start that we're playing now,
The most important thing to me here is he moved nice and late, so the bowler didn't know that he was coming down the wicket. And then, as he hit the shot, he kept his balance, so the basics were still in place, even though he was playing an aggressive shot. Low risk, high reward, that's what you want in cricket. So he came down the wicket, was balanced at the point of delivery, his eyes were still level with the ground, and he didn't try and overhit it, but just helped it over the long off boundary for 6. As you can see, he still had his balance, sort of found his feet afterwards, and that's what I love about this shot. Low risk, max reward. If you're a beginner, you want to train this at home, first of all, I will start with shadow shots. So that is just doing the little double step, hitting, going back to your mark, and doing like 100 reps of this. You might get a little bit tired. Keep it on the floor so that your head is nice and over the ball, just little punch shots. And then get someone to lob tennis balls at you, same movement, double step, stop, and then just follow through with it so that you can elevate it over the boundary. Do a lot of reps of these every day and you will perfect the lofted drive over the boundary for 6. Next up is the young up-and-coming star Dewald Brevis. This video went viral everywhere, over 10 million views, you name the numbers, broke all kinds of records. Dewald Brevis is a very talented youngster who's got a huge future, and I'm a big fan of his, as most of you will know by now.
Oh, he's underneath that one, he's hit that superbly, that's gone. It's another one, first ball the over, he's thrashed for 6.
The ball was a little bit short of length. You can clearly see Brevis was lining up to go with a big shot straight, but because it was a touch shorter, he ended up dragging a bit more to the leg side than he initially would have wanted. His head ended up tilting a little bit to the offside. So all of these things will sort of send off alarm bells, but he kept his shape so well for so long and followed through with the shot, keeping his head down for ages, making sure that the contact is good, because the minute the contact is good, with the amount of force he created there, it was always going to fly over the boundary for 6. In an ideal world, you still want your eyes to be level with the ground when playing these shots, but because Brevis is so talented, he found a way to still find the middle of the bat, and he kept his head down, even though it was tilted across to the offside. He still found the middle of the bat, kept that shape for as long as he could, and he went flying over the boundary for a very big 6. The perfect drill at home is with a tennis ball. Reason for that is when you're playing in the middle and you get a short of a length delivery that you're trying to dispatch, the tendency is to play a little bit early and you will end up hitting it straight in the air. The tennis ball will bounce a touch more and will force you to allow it to bounce first, keeping your shape and not playing early, while keeping your head as upright as possible. Knock it over the boundary for 6. The next one is Rahmanullah Gurbaz, the Afghanistani great.
Oh, get a shot! Oh, here we go! 6, number 1.
He played the shot at Centurion Park against the Paarl Royals. It was Kwena Mapaka with a slower ball. So the first thing that comes to mind to me, slower ball, you don't want to hit early. Gurbaz did premeditate the shot. He knew he was going to come down the wicket before the ball was bowled. But it doesn't mean that you know what's going to come your way. Mapaka ended up bowling a slow ball, possibly seeing Gurbaz coming down the wicket. So what did Gurbaz do right here? Came down the wicket, he picked up halfway through his double step that it was a slower ball and then was going to have to pause a little bit. So as he planted that front foot, there was a moment where he just waited a split second longer than usual, and then not trying to overhit it, but just making sure he finds the middle of the bat. It was a short arm jab over that cow corner boundary. You'll see he doesn't follow through and loses his balance. It's a short arm jab and he just stands there and he enjoyed the shot. When I'm looking at Gurbaz's shot here, two things stand out to me: conviction and balance. He was completely committed to the cause. He came down the wicket, there was no half measures, and he followed through with his shot. And that's the second part, his balance. He was there for 1 or 2 seconds afterwards before he decided to walk back to his crease. So go and train this at home, whether with a tennis ball, a hard ball, under armers or overhands. Commit to your shots. Complete conviction in what you're trying to do. In this case, a straight drive. That's what I want to do. I want to play it nice and late, but then I want to have that balance and that pause for 1 or 2 seconds before I walk back to the crease. Good habits are really important in cricket, and those two things are really good habits to have. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed those shots and me explaining a little bit about the batter's thinking and his technique. Please let me know what shot you thought was best down below in the descriptions box. I'm already looking forward to season 4 and I hope you are too.